Today is Sunday, the 7th of June. As you can see, I'm going to start out here in space probably for the next few weeks because I, it's kind of going to represent how my head is kind of in the clouds here. I'm still in Kenya, but I'm not showing you Kenya. There's a couple of things I wanted to show you in space in this game before we get into real life. I've grabbed another Martian site. In fact, I've grabbed, the moon of Mars, which is the best known location for fissiles in the galaxy thus far. Better than anything on mainland Mars, but it has no metal at all. So now I'm thinking about one more Martian site, which will be heavy on metal, and then maybe I'll call it a day. I'm doing pretty well for boost. The other thing I wanted to show you is that one of the human AIs has colonized an asteroid. This is a near-Earth asteroid, so we've known about it for some time. I've actually looked at it, and it's really good as like these asteroids that come into the solar system and then go back out. They work as like elevators. So in the wintertime it's near Earth, he can send a cheeky thing to it in winter, and then by summertime it's gone out deep into the belt, so then he can send something out of it. But I could also do that, I just would have more trouble refueling than him. And what it has is it has a little chunk of green, and since I've gotten the 3 best green sites in the galaxy, this has suddenly become more valuable, but it's not, I wouldn't have, I'm happy, I don't mind that he's taken it. There is another one, Eros, which I might consider. But anyway, on Earth, where I do actually live, and will never leave in my life, basically I have done a good job of not wasting the first week of June. I've locked in. So what I've done is I've hired 2 people, 2 sales folks, and I have another one in the works, but she's not coming on board for some time. She's lollygagging. But the 2 is enough for now. Which is basically I have Lee and I have Isavari. And Isavari sits in Nairobi, finds leads, and Lee calls them. And they've done a good job with these first week. They're getting into a routine. I think my game just froze. I'm wondering if we're even getting a recording here. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. So yeah, Isavari finds people, Lee calls them. Towards the end of the week, they pushed me out of their system, which is for the best. But what I've been doing is working like a crazy madman the whole time, because that will show them, I'm like, work as much as you want, just get the job done. Anyway, I'm working 12 hours today. So they have, I've injected the corporate culture right when they arrive with some serious work. And they do seem to be working pretty well. Less than me, but enough. And so probably next week I'm going to have to keep myself working like a crazy man a bit longer. And then I will calm down. And they should already have the culture, have the instinct to get their job done well after a couple of weeks. So that's fun. My week has, in fact, I've tapped out exhausted 4 days: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and yesterday. Friday I took the day essentially off, and today I kind of am as well. But I'm doing a bit more than on Friday. So that's great. That's also cool. I think I might do this Unify East Africa tech, even though I'm not doing it, because it allows the AI to, and it would be fun to let the AI unify East Africa. They put the capital in Dar es Salaam, though, so not Nairobi. Anyway, so that's where I stand. I'm sitting here working myself. What I'm working on, in fact, is next week I'm having some dignitaries come up from Nairobi who are thinking about investing in my motorbikes. So the motorbikes are back on the table, and I've been working quite extensively to prepare for their journey this week, and that's what I've been pressure cooking myself with, which is also synergistically. Okay, I'm trying to do another meeting with another AI. I think it's the same Project Exodus as last time, in fact, although I wasn't sure of that when I sent him to investigate. To get rid of a bunch of my orgs, to flush my orgs again. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm preparing for these dignitaries. By the time I speak to you next, they'll have come and gone. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week, and I will show them all around. What they really want to see is how Spyro, the rival company, is doing and how much they're dominating the local ecosystem to see whether it's worth it for them to gamble on on investing in me to compete with Spyro. But I think it's a great deal, and I hope I can convince them mostly on Thursday all day. Otherwise, the war is stupid. It's basically right now we're in a staying pattern. Iran's pressure cooking America, and Trump has guys whispering in his ear that Iran's going to fall. No one has any idea, but it seems pretty preposterous on the surface because Iran has endured, like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Iran was so much worse off than it was in January that it may have been worse off than it even is today. And with that in mind, it's very likely that Iran's going to survive longer than Trump. But the rest of us are suffering mightily as the Eurasians cook away the Trump virus. Okay, now, I did receive the top technology that you love to see, which is solar array. I'm going to use this to really develop Earth's orbit a lot. It's going to help a great deal when it comes online in 2 months. No, 1 month. Fantastic. Yeah, so the other thing I wanted to tell you guys about while I have your attention here is that I've just been reading a news story about how in Albania, right there, Jared Kushner, the son-in-law of Trump, is building himself a villa headquarters that he's going to use to try and push all the Mediterranean nations into alliances with Israel. He's creating a den of Zionism for himself that he's hoping will get him, will help support Israeli survival. And what I wanted to talk about is that two things. One is that basically Europe is completely dominated by America right now in a way that is the people don't like, and even many of the elites, like the gentry, fucking hate it, and the workers as well. But the political class is co-opted, and it's America's vassal, and America treats them badly as well. Now, what also appears to be the case is that Israel has done the same thing to America, that Israel has such a grip on Washington elites that they can turn America into a Borg to do what they want. It's like the virus in the bug's brain. So America does whatever Israel wants, and then America dominates not only Europe, but all the rich countries, all the developed world, the global West, which means basically Europe plus also Japan, Korea, Taiwan, the wealthy Asians. And America just brutalizes all these other countries that aren't them in terms of... that's the other... No, that's not the other one. There's another one coming that I really want. But that was a good one. There's a lot of good technologies that I want to look into and then research. So that is what Jared Kushner is doing. And this is an age where this little fucking wag-the-dog asshole with 9 million people rules 300 million Americans, who in turn rule like 600 million other developed country citizens. And no one has any say over a goddamn thing except maybe the hard right of Israel, voters-wise. And that's where we fucking stand. And the Israeli fucking population are ghouls. They've been completely turned into fascist loyalists, basically. Now, also, Jared Kushner is here, and he's acting like a Epstein-style agent of
Recon complete.
He's like undoubtedly close ties to CIA, Mossad. All of them will be in his operations center. So I want to watch this operations center closely because he's a nincompoop. He's a Trump and soft and flabby and stupid. I don't think he's going to succeed, but I want to learn from his mistakes because what he's doing is essentially what I am hoping to do, something similar. Go and build networks and exert oversized influence on the world from a seat of power. I've even had my eye on doing it, on putting a seat of power in Rhodes, right? So I would love to really look at Jared Kushner's villa of depravity over here. He's probably going to have Epstein parties there as well because there'll be nothing to stop him. The one thing that's going to stop him is the Albanians are fucking furious. He's co-opted the government. The Albanians are rioting balls. He's put it in the middle of a national park. They are not feeling it. And this is what he's doing is basically going to really energize the people, make the people are getting mad, the people are being pressure cooked, as I mentioned. And this sort of behavior from Kushner, he's just pressure cooking everyone for modest short-term gains. So with that in mind, go for it, little dude. Basically, none of them care about what happens after Trump dies. Like, Kushner's my age. He's going to live a long time, but when Trump dies, history will move past him and he'll retire. And he basically doesn't give a huge shit what'll happen. So, I want to watch what's going on with that. I want to learn from his mistakes. I want to see best practices. And when, inshallah, there comes a time for me to do this kind of a game in 10 years or 20, I want to do a much better job than Mr. fucking stupid Kushner. Alright, good stuff, guys. This has been 11 minutes. I'll see you next week. Ciao.